Welcome everybody to another edition of your Southeast Tutoring Monday Night Truck Series, round 2 of the playoffs, where last week we saw Sean Langton take it to victory lane in Daytona. But tonight, we're going to get a little wild out in the Wild West of Texas Motor Speedway with this repave, which can go either one of two ways, either a really boring race or action-packed. I wish I had the stats up for y'all. Actually, I can do that right now if I pull up the Discord. So give me just a moment of where everybody's at. I know the top two. So Sean Langton with his win last week secured that dub. So he's going to be in that Final Four at Las Vegas. Garrett Helmlinger is going to be just behind him. He's 5 points above that cutoff line. Morgan Cook, his teammate in the 51 truck, 4 points above that cutoff line. And Ross Phillips, you also know him from that group as well. He's 2 points above the cutoff line. So Thad Miller, 2 points back. Brian Hennings, 3 points back. Joe Turkle, 4 points back. And Larry Dickerson is going to be 9 points back. Remember, he left a little bit early in that race last week. But tonight, in the booth, I am not alone. We're changing things up. I have Jacob Shoemaker, a good friend of ours. He's now in the broadcast booth. He's going to be your color guy. He's going to give you that additional kind of feedback. It helps me out a lot. So, Jacob, how are you doing on this fine Monday night?
I'm all right. I couldn't let you do this on your own anymore.
Yeah, I'm
Couldn't
not.
let you have all the fun to yourself.
Yeah, I can't have all the fun in the world. That's for sure. So, I'm actually going to crank down these car sounds a little bit while they're on
I had to turn
track.
mine down pretty.
I see John and Deb, y'all are back watching again, cheering on the 7, who's really happy with where he's at right now. Turn that main volume down just a hair before I throw this sucker back on. Let me hide that image. There's your trucks. Getting that little warm-up session in. They got about 1:40 left. You see that timer there in your top left. Kind of interested to see how things go, what strategies everyone's going to do, as we are scheduled for. This doesn't even tell me. It's not going to tell me how many laps. I know it's the Southeast Tutoring, our main sponsor. It is their sponsor race, the 190, and it is a 1.5-mile track. 1.5.
It's going to be 127 laps, Adam.
127. So we get a long night. A long, long night. I think that's a good volume I just gave you there, but that is unknown at the moment. Let me click on this exciting button, see if it doesn't switch over to some other people. You see, and Jacob has some information. Apparently not all the numbers align up with these, so he's going to have to call me out on my BS tonight quite a bit. What are the numbers?
I'm call myself out on my own.
Yeah, what are the numbers again that we were given before? I know the 40 is not actually the 40.
See, I wasn't given the 40. That's what threw me off for a loop. But the 57 is actually the 17, and the 96 is actually the 11.
Who is in the 96? That's McKinney, Joshua McKinney. Man, he's throwing me off again. That feels like it's a weekly thing there, as warm-up does come to an end.
94 just lost it in practice.
Just warm up. Who cares? You're going to get a brand new racing machine as we get ready for 194 laps. And where does everybody want to be? They want to be in Sunoco Victory Lane to capture that. You see it right there as the trucks will start popping up on that pit lane. Sunoco Victory Lane, where the flames fly. 6 shooters be shooting, and the winner captures the hat. And if it's any of the other 7 drivers, they also secure their spot in that Final Four, the championship race from Las Vegas.
So you weren't really in on the practice sessions today, but things got a little crazy. Not going to lie. People were sending it pretty deep. Some more than others. It was pretty hectic. I'll say that.
You know, that makes sense, the trucks, the way they drive up, but I also know apparently it's going to be a little bit loose toward the beginning of these runs, so I'm interested to see what these guys do there. Like the 51, he's going to be starting on that inside, and his outside will be his teammate. They'll go on green on that first start, but I don't see them being too aggressive. Texas Motor Speedway, since the repave, we have seen this track, a big wrench is thrown your way. Turns 1 and 2 are real flat compared to 3 and 4. 1 and 2s are usually a very one-line type of race. These guys might venture out about half a truck length, whether inside or outside of the preferred line. But in 3 and 4, you can go around the outside if you have the right speed and good carry. I'm going to hide it real quick because I'm going to hit it with this one more time just to make sure I get these schemes ready for y'all. They're all white right now. So there's the top 3 at least. So we're going to throw the image back up. Go back to your TV2 image. On that scoring pylon, you'll see the 7 in 17th and in 18th. That is me. I'm not racing. And Jacob with me tonight in the booth, doing your color and additional feedback and calling me on my BS tonight. He's also not racing.
You know, I don't think it'd be welcome to do this with a controller, especially on my first day of having iRacing. So.
Yeah, just gets it. When especially in the playoffs, throw another wrench at these guys to do something like that.
Just jump on in. Why not?
Yeah, just join. You see Morgan Cook.
On the...
You see Morgan Cook in the 51. He's going to bring us around as we inch closer to the start. He's in that restart zone. Green flag is out. Morgan Cook in the Southeast Tutoring gets us started in the Southeast Tutoring 190. Already you see these guys being extremely patient. Morgan Cook will use that inside line and stay to the inside. TV1, that's a little too close. Let's go back to that TV2 camera. Garrett Helmlinger trying to. He went skydiving, and he's in that skydiving machine tonight. So, supporting the guys that let him do that adrenaline rush he had about a month ago.
Addicted.
He is officially addicted, trying to get us to do it. I'm good. I like my feet where they're at. Firmly planted on the ground.
And I live a state away, so I have an excuse.
I don't. I'm just called a wuss.
No comment on that one.
Then already, these guys are single file. How far back? Almost all the way back. See Sean Langton back here. He finds his way. He'll fall in line about that 6th position. Ross Phillips in front of him is in that top 5 in the orange speed Doritos machine.
You know, I can't comment about anybody's livery tonight because my trading paints still won't let me make one.
Well, the good thing is, this is on YouTube, so you can pull up that YouTube, put it on one of your other monitors, and see some of the things I've been seeing. You can see some of these schemes these guys brought to the track. Let's go farther back here. The 18 is... Oh, he's getting turned. I turned right to it. Big contact in the back. They're racing a lot. You see Justin Cadenhead locking it down to avoid. And that's already going to bring us our first caution of the night. Lap 4. Got pretty lucky with that one. I switched the camera right to him. But we're going to throw up the image. And we're going to back it up and see exactly what we think happened. Maybe.
I got all these fancy buttons and I don't know what to do with them.
No, let me get rid of this image now so y'all can actually see the screen. Let's do TV1. Does that look good? I don't know. We're going to try it. But you see in the middle there, Stewart, Southeast Teaching. This is the 14. If I hit play on it, He's in the middle. It looks like he might have got clipped just a little bit. And they all went around. So the 40, the 96, and the 14 make contact. And they are already going to go to that backup truck, most likely. And let's see.
Looks like the 18 just thinks he's clear, but doesn't quite clear him and flips the front of the 14.
Yeah, it's not much there. That's kind of what happens. Texas Motor Speedway has a really small backstretch. Not a lot of room. If you start getting 3 wide, you just got to hope everybody's on the same page, and most of the time they are not. So that's going to bring out that first caution, like I said. Ross Phillips and the 25 of, I am really starting to hesitate on this, but it is Larry Dickerson. I knew that. They come in, either top off or take tires. I'm going with topping off. We've seen the strategy be thrown for a wrench quite a bit this year so far. So I bet they're trying to see if they can't get ahead of that already. But with our first caution, we are going to throw it to a commercial break. You are watching the Southeast Tutoring 190 live on Vectors Television. And welcome back to the Southeast Tutoring 190. That's right, the main sponsor, Southeast Tutoring, who came on board to be the title sponsor of this series, your Monday Night Truck Series, is the title sponsor for tonight's race. So we're giving them all the love as they deserve it for helping covering some of the cost of running a league. I know Garrett appreciates that, especially with all the work he does. And it shows, picking up a sponsor like that. And Morgan Cook in the Southeast Tutoring scheme is leading the Southeast Tutoring 190 in the Southeast Tutoring Truck Series. That's a lot of sponsor throw out right there.
I was going to say, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is quite a bit. So we're just messing around, trying to get everything set up for you, messing with some audio. So if y'all got feedback, throw it in the comments. I'm all right with it. I think we
I'm reading them, so it's fine.
Yeah, I think we tweaked everybody up, so we should sound good.
I wouldn't say we sound good.
You're right, I sound terrible. But that truck, make that hard left-hand turn back onto pit road. Morgan Cook is now in that restart zone. Green flag is out. We're back racing. Lap 8 coming to 9 of 127 scheduled laps. See the 94 already, Nicholas Presley. I think that's how you say it. Sounds about right. He's going to dive down underneath Garrett Helmlinger and take that second position away. Already you see him. He's a little bit loose. He gets a big run on Morgan Cook. He's going to go, whoa, underneath him.
All right there?
I just, forgot how to talk. And so Morgan Cook's going to lose that lead position. And Sean Langton in the 7 is coming around the inside as well to say, I have something to say about this. I want that second position. And he's got it at the line. See Sean with a little slide from the bottom, kind of going up. He's got a lot of wheel in that. So you see there, that's the 94. Get Hermlinger. He's going to lose 2 whole positions. He's going to go from 2nd to 4th. You got Mark Math in that 199. He gets involved. That's a really bright pink scheme he's got rocking. He goes up into that top 5 now. Joe Turkel and David Ankenbauer, they switched positions there. And that'll put them in 6th and 7th, respectively. And in the 49, that's Nick Smith. He's back there. So far, he's having a clean race.
So far.
The Yingling truck. He's not an alcoholic, though. Well, he is going to be a pilot, so we don't know. See the 16, he gets kind of high there in 1 and 2. That's out there in no man's land. Nobody wants to be out there. He keeps enough momentum here to still keep up with Joe Turkel. Oh, they make contact. What a save. Big save by Joe Turkel there. Saw David Ankenbauer got into his left rear corner panel in a massive save. See, Ross Phillips is going to slide by him. We just saw him come on pit road. He's made his way up. And Larry Dickerson in the 25 has made his way back into the top 10. Those 2 that pitted are split by 1 truck, and that is Josh Brown in the 67. See, Sean Langton, he's pretty close. He is all over the back bumper of Nicholas. He's kind of wanting to get back out in front and take the lead. But if I had to pick a guy that's probably going to win the championship, it has to be Sean Langton. Great season so far. See the 14, a.k.a. the 40. Nope, the 14 is the 14. He's back on track. He's in front of, looks like Justin Cadenhead in the 48 and Randy Schweitzer in the 78. Looks like the 48 is fighting the loose side of things. He's way up the track. He is not in a good position there, but he's going to lose some speed and some time here as he's bringing it up the field in the rear. And already we've got some separation back toward the front. You got Mark Math. He's in 5th. And then the 16 in 6th. I can click on his
5er taken away.
Yeah, they're kind of licking the stamp and sending it compared to the rest of the field. They're kind of stuck back there. See the 25, Larry Dickerson, he's making his way through the field. He's now up to 8th. 7th, actually. He's now up to 7th.
You don't know your numbers?
Well, it doesn't reset until they come to the line. I don't have an active pylon. But he did pass Nick Smith in the 49 there. And he's going to make his way, at least try to make his way underneath the 16. Larry Dickerson, he's got the Angelman Foundation on his truck. That is next week's sponsor at Martinsville. We decided to put something together since he's been racing this scheme for a good cause. We decided to give him his sponsor race to help out his cause even more. this group right here already. You see the 49. Nick Smith again to the outside of David. He kind of has to check up and go a bit higher. It looks like the 16 lost the bottom a little bit. Here comes Ross Phillips. He's going to go underneath the 49 of Nick Smith. And he's going to go underneath the 16. What a move by Ross Phillips there to stick his nose out in that clean air at the bottom of the track. It just depends if he keeps this momentum going.
Take it.
He's at least even going toward turn 3. He dives it down into the bottom. Nick Smith trying to figure out who to follow. Yeah, he's kind of wanting to go. He's going to follow him. So Ross Phillips will clear his way up into that number 7 position. That's a twofer in 1 lap.
Thad Miller trying to do the same thing to Nick right here.
Yeah, Thad Miller as well. Good call out there. Thad Miller was like, well, y'all are having a great time racing that lower line. I want to do it. He sticks his nose underneath there. Hasn't quite made the pass yet, but he's working on it. He'll just duck back in line. I'm going to go back up here at the front, see what these guys are doing.
16's getting a little loose down there on the apron.
Yeah, that happens. Happens quite a bit. I click on the right guy. I'm giving myself a stroke here. The 7.
That's been me trying to figure out these controls this entire time.
Yeah. The 7, Sean Langton, he's still just kind of driving right behind the 94 of Nicholas Pressey. As they come to lap 22.
Oh, down on the bottom.
Yeah, he's going to try to peek on the inside here. Kind of wondering if Nicholas was going to kind of press him down to make his drive harder. But I bet Sean
Langton. Did you really just try that pun?
What?
Did you really just try that pun?
I really did try. Ooh, almost made contact. But Sean Langton's going to clear that position. But Nicholas is trying to do a little Dale Earnhardt crossover here.
Oh.
Yeah, Sean kind of cuts his nose off a little bit there as they get closer to that turn 1. But all is good. Sean Langton is, yet again, I feel like a broken record, is out in front leading this Monday night Southeast Tutoring Truck Series. See Garrett Helmlinger in that 77 with these two guys really dueling it out. He gets involved.
He's enjoying it right now.
Yeah, he is liking the view he has. These two guys putting off a lot of air. Garrett was able to draft right up to him. Those two Fords with the 2 Toyotas right behind them. The harder these guys run, the closer they can get. I do feel like these guys are able to, when you're out front in that clean air, as long as you don't make any mistakes, I think it's easier to keep the lead than it is to lose it. And we saw that for about, I don't know, about the first 20 laps of this race. The only reason why there was the first lead change was because of the caution. Morgan Cook was kind of setting his sail and taking off. But the caution comes out. Bottles them all back up.
Here we are.
And then here we are, yeah. Sean Langton was able to take advantage of a possible slip off the bottom by the 94. And that's how we ended up in the situation we are in now. But let's go back here. You see the 40. He got that damage. He still is riding around with that damage on there. But he's with Josh Brown back in that 12th and 13th position. Well, something just happened with the 199, and I missed it.
I did as well. Let me go back.
But I will go back as well, because that seemed interesting.
Brush the wall coming.
Ooh, he got turned around a little bit there. I think
that was after he got into the wall, I think.
Yeah, he was slow, trying to get back in that racing line. The 16 massive run comes down to his inside and just makes contact with him. That's going to make the 199 lose a lot of positions here. Was riding in the top 10. He is now sitting in that 14th spot.
Oh. You didn't happen to see how he brushed the wall, did you?
No. Did he get put in the wall?
I wouldn't say put in the wall, but him in the 25 touched just a hair coming out of the tube, and that's what put him in the wall.
Yeah, that's all it takes with these trucks.
Yep.
They're so sensitive to contact. Like on Thursday, we will be broadcasting the IndyCar series that comes back season whatever it is. I don't have my notes in front of me. I think it's 3.
Either 3 or 4, I believe.
Yeah, something like that. We'll be back. We'll be broadcasting live on this Vector's television. I think we'll have Garrett Helmlinger and Morgan Cook with me in the booth. So I think the 199's got it all pointed in the right direction. He just lost the position to the 48. That's Justin Cadenhead. So that should put us all back on the actual little shebang.
Leaders.
Yeah. But you were talking about the 25 being Larry Dickerson. Let's go up here and look at him as they are reeling these guys in. See Ross, those two guys, these two guys right here on our cameras that we have live for you on Vector's television. They came down pit road after that first little incident. They either topped off the fuel or took, say, right sides or left sides. And they've been absolutely cruising together, making passes left and right. You see Nick Smith a little bit farther behind them in that 7th position. He did not come in. You can see the tire deprivation happening with his compared to these guys. And these guys are absolutely getting closer and closer. They are looking at about a second half back of those guys up front. And every now and again, you can see on the screen just how close they're getting. I bet if I hit it with a blimp, I might be able to get you all to see. Or not even close.
So I do have an update. I was right. It is season 4 for the IndyCar series. Thank you, Orange Speed Sim Racing Team. I appreciate that.
Everybody up front, pretty much single file. These two guys are going to get involved and might be able to make some passes compared to the other guys. If we go back up here and look at Sean Langton, Nicholas Pressey, Garrett Helmlinger, and Morgan Cook, your top 4, running in that order. See, Garrett starts looking to the outside. He'll let off. Just keep cruising.
You can see Morgan getting bigger and bigger in his rear view.
Yeah, all over that bumper. Kind of wondering if these guys are saving their tires a little bit, not trying to go too wide and try to make these passes this early in the race, as we're already under the 100 laps to go mark. 1 caution so far at 4 laps. At the pace we are going, which is absolutely hauling the mail. 48 minutes remaining in this race if we stay green. But a lot can happen, as we have seen week in and week out in the truck series.
I was about to say, do you really think it'll stay green the whole time?
Most likely not, but this is a good group of racers that know their way around their sim rigs, especially Sean Langton. He's starting to slip up higher and higher. You see the 51 doing the same thing. See 94
is all over him.
Yeah, he's actually going to take a dive down to the bottom. I think Sean Langton may have used his stuff a little too much. He's going to lose that first position spot, but he's going to try that old crossover move and push Nicholas to that tri-oval. As we have now completed 36 laps. The 77 actually does come to pit road. You see here. He sees the tires are going away. He says, I need to take advantage and try to make these guys make a move. So he's going to take 4 tires and fuel. See if this brings anybody else to pit road. As of right now, I see no. 49 and the 15 keep going. The 199 pitted Garrett, but he was about all the way in the back. He's going to be about 2 laps down. Garrett Helmlinger will be a lap down. But everybody else has got a pit, so he won't lose that much time. Here comes the 16. He comes to pit road. He's going to be taking some tires.
And the 199 did get their damage fixed.
Yep. Here comes Nicholas Pressey. Absolutely ripping it onto pit road. Don't speed, young man. I don't think he did. Morgan Cook with a flawless pit entry here. Let's go to TV3, get a little better view. Click on the 51. See if I can't see both of them on the screen at the same time. Don't look now, but it is an absolute pit party. Morgan Cook really pushed his luck there. Almost slid through his pit box. He gets rolling. He's not going to have the best drive off here, so he's going to lose a little bit of time. But the 49, great stop. He's going to stay in front of these guys. But Garrett Helmlinger, see that guy right there? He's going to drive right around these suckers. So him coming first looks like it was the right move. He's just got to complete this pass on the 94, and he will. Going down the back straightaway into turn 3. He makes that pass, tries to dive it back down to the bottom, and he does. Leaving the 1 and 25 to be your leaders, but they're on a different strategy. Everybody else ran about 36 laps. These guys are on 34. So it's not like the strategy is a whole lot different, but they will have fresher tires on the long run here. But they're going to get fetched by all these guys. Kind of wondered if they were going to come in here, try to get back semi on the same strategy, but they might be running as long as they can to try to shorten this. Maybe they can cut off a whole pit stop. 42.
At this point, why not, right?
Yeah, you have nothing to lose. You're on a different strategy, so keep on doing your thing. But 42 laps completed. Ross Phillips is your new leader. On a different strategy, that be, but he is now leading the Southeast Tutoring 190. Let's get back here. Remember the 7 and the 94. We're dueling for the longest time up front. They're trying to get back up to Garrett. He's going to dive it underneath Garrett Helmlinger. But how high Garrett Helmlinger is, I think he's saving his Goodyears that he just put on. No need to run them, get them hot, and wear them out. Here comes the 25. 38 laps he ran. 38 laps. .48 makes his way off. He's sitting at about that 4th position, but after all this cycles, he'll lose some spots. And here's that Ross Phillips we was talking about. He came in also completing 38 laps.
Justin Cadenhead just leaving the pits.
And everybody's now spaced out. Pit service in progress, I'm getting told, for Ross Phillips. It's going to be 4 tires. And with that move, I need this to cycle out properly. But I think Sean Langton should be in first place. And kind of by a lot. There's Sean, first place, leading.
I didn't even see that gap between him and Garrett.
Yeah, it's pretty massive. So there is this guy. And way back here, that's second place and third place, basically together. See the 58 racing somebody back here. He's on the outside. Of the not 17. That is...
I'm looking. Hold on.
I forget.
57.
The 57. 57 a lap down. Actually, several laps down. Hit the exciting button. Maybe it'll take me to something cool. Garrett Helmlinger is getting past now. That's
an exciting button.
That's a lap guy trying to get his lap back as he's trying to reel in the 7. But I think Garrett's on a strategy that is a little more...
I think he's trying to stretch this run.
Yeah, I was going to say he's probably more on the let me stretch this out and see how far we can go. Ross Phillips goes right underneath him. Yeah, just made that pass look easy. Fresher tires. Ross is definitely trying to get up front. .78 now getting passed by Logan. See the 18 now, or the 40. A lap down. He's going to be doing it now with David Inkenbauer. I just try to make a new name. You see Ross made a big move underneath Justin Cadenhead. He's up by that wall.
It's looking like Sean and Ross are really still pushing it.
Yeah, they're kind of on that full send there territory.
Everybody else looks like they're just kind of
out there for a Sunday stroll on a Monday.
Right. That would be a morning. Yep, I can't even make money.
So Garrett Helmlinger.
They're hard.
No, words are hard. Garrett Helmlinger sitting in third. Saw the 94 behind him. That's Nicholas Pressey. We've talked about him several times tonight. And then Morgan Cook back here in the 51. He is looking at that 5th spot. That's going to be a top 5 for him. The 25 behind him, Larry Dickerson. Needs a big night after he had to leave last week's race with mechanical problems. Puts him in that last spot in the championship, guys. But hey, several good runs with some guys struggling could mean the world's difference for him. Yeah. He's got this week and next week. And next week with Martinsville, like I said last week, somebody could try a big, bold move like Chastain tried. Maybe they can get around, pick up some points. We might have a little shakeup at the end. You're not doing that here, though. This track is too long. We got Nick Smith back here in the Yingling. Let's actually do a little onboard. See him come around the trial. Well, that is a terrible view. Let's go cockpit here. There we go.
Ross is steady. I say steady. He's slowly catching Sean little by little.
Yeah, Ross was fastest on track that last time by. And his best lap is only about 300ths off of what Sean's put down. Nope. Bad camera. Little dynamic cam. Let's try it out. See what happens here. See Ross Phillips. Goes underneath another lapper. .15 now starting to hound the 49 of Nick Smith. He goes really wide. Turns 1 and 2. He's going to exit right off the wall, and that's going to make him lose some speed here. So Nick Smith's still going to keep that 7th position over Joe Turkle. And I believe I saw the 94 did make a move underneath Garrett Helmlinger to put him in 3rd. Trying to chase Ross, but being about 11 seconds back of Ross. There's not a lot there. Best thing you could probably do is just settle for that 3rd spot. Maybe you'll get interviewed by us, truly, up here in the broadcast booth.
What a glorious honor.
It's not much of an honor. It might be a little bit more of an insult.
Probably.
But at least they get to give a moment to, kind of tell us what we didn't see, which is quite a bit, actually. We don't have the awesome spotters like a lot of the NASCAR series do, and they have these spotters and everyone's giving them all this crazy information. I don't have that. I don't have that luxury. It is called winging it.
Hey, they do get the opportunity to thank their sponsors or whoever they want to.
Yeah. They thank me. Now,
I don't think anyone thanked you.
Humble brag, See Justin Cadenhead, he's there in that Dallas Cowboys machine. So no wonder he doesn't win.
Well, that's why he doesn't win in the playoffs.
That's why he's not going to win in the playoffs. That is for damn sure.
That hurt to say as a Cowboys fan, but it's true.
Yeah. So there you go. There's Nicholas. Trying to hit crashes. Interesting.
51 is all over Garrett right now.
Yeah, and there's Morgan. Morgan's tired of being in 5th. He wants to be in 4th. He peeks to the outside of Garrett Helmlinger. Garrett slides a little bit. Morgan Cook keeps the gas going, but he slides up toward that wall. I think he'd have let out a little bit. And it doesn't help that there's a lapper in front of that line he wanted to run. Justin Cadenhead will probably go real wide up toward that wall, and he does. In fact, he almost hits the wall, but he goes really wide up toward the wall. Opens up the battle for these guys. They're going to be even coming off of 2 down that back straightaway.
Drives away from him.
Well, yeah, and Morgan makes that pass look easy as he dives it down to 3.
Ross is getting real close to Sean now. I haven't looked at that gap in a second.
Yeah, it was sitting about 3 seconds earlier. He has got it down to about a 1.5 seconds running about average. He is still the fastest on track, and he's been the fastest on track the last 8 laps. Sean Langton, pretty consistent, but he is losing speed on those tires, which just kind of confirms what we were saying earlier. There's a good chance he is running really aggressive, trying to get back out in front, get some clean air, but there's not much clean air when everybody's spaced out as much as they are. So Ross Phillips has got that down to about a second and a half to 2 seconds, anywhere in that range. But guess what? With them taking the line right there, that's going to give us that halfway signal from the flag stand. Halfway done with the Southeast Teaching 190 from Texas Motor Speedway. Sean Langton getting put in the middle That is not something you want to see. That might get the blood to boil a little bit. For one lap, is that worth it?
That was the 199, and who else?
And the leader, Sean Langton,
Well, yeah.
bold.
Yes.
That's going to get Ross Phillips all the way down to about a second. I have a feeling Sean Langton might have some choice words after the race. Because he put the leader 3 wide. And it is coming back to haunt him.
Leader, but
What?
no, I knew what you meant, but keep going.
Yeah, it wasn't for the lead. It was for a guy to unlap himself, and the leader was not wanting to be in that position. As Ross Phillips makes the pass on the lapper, he's reeling him in down to about 0.7 of a second. I'm trying to get a good freaking camera angle, but I can't get one.
Morgan's passed Nicholas Pressey while we were watching the battle up front.
He did. Didn't even notice that. So Morgan Cook goes from 5th to 4th to 3rd. Sitting in that top 3 spot. A podium at the moment is right here. Ross Phillips is starting to make his truck even bigger in Sean Langton's rear view mirror. And that's not a good feeling. Not a good feeling at all. No matter what you're racing. Whether it's iRacing, the NASCAR Heat Games, or
Your nephew
the
in
F1,
the yard.
your nephew in the yard, no matter what it is. But look at this. Ross Phillips goes right up to his bumper. Coming to the line. 59 laps to go. Does Ross Phillips make a big, bold move here? He peeks to the outside of Sean Langton.
Goes right, ducks right back behind him.
Yeah, he's going to get back in that air. And that right there may have moved up Sean just enough for Ross to see this wide-ass open hole underneath. He dives it down to the bottom. He'll get this pass done here for sure. Ross Phillips out in front at Texas Motor Speedway. He wants that Cowboys hat and to shoot those 6 shooters. It's hard to put about 0.3, 0.2 on Sean. Sean's got the ability to draft. The draft in these trucks is pretty crazy. Ross Phillips still fastest last time by. He ran a 31.4. And Sean Langton ran a 31.419. So just a little bit slower. 57 laps to go. Let's go back here. We were talking about him. He ain't close. Not close at all. But he's in 3rd. It's Morgan Cook. We saw him make some passes. He's sitting about 20 seconds back.
Still. There we go.
But he's making his rounds around Texas. Trying to make that title sponsor proud.
I'm very interested to see how long these top two's tires, how hard they've been pushing, how long they have.
That is, yeah, especially with Sean. We saw Sean run it really aggressive. And maybe with the air being able to draft, it's keeping him a little bit close, but he is losing. He's losing about a 1/10 a lap since he's lost the lead.
Helminger into the pits.
So Garrett's going to short pit everybody again.
He had just gotten passed by Larry Dickerson before that as well.
Yeah, I think this is, I'm getting past. It's time to make a move here. He ran 37 laps, so he's got to pit again for sure. Everybody's got to pit again for sure. There's no way they make it to the end. So Garrett's trying to short pit these guys, and he might even try to do another strategy of short pit again the next time around. He might pick up a position or two. But it all depends on what everybody behind him does.
Somebody else coming down.
Yeah, I got the 15, the 67.
16.
16 came down pit road as well. But there he goes. Let's go down here. We got Joe Turkle in the 15. He comes down in that 8th spot. Garrett Hemlinger now 2 laps back with that. Probably not enough of a strategy to win the race, but enough of a strategy to gain some positions on some of these guys.
Here comes Sean down pit road.
Yeah, Sean's going to come down pit road. Not a bad move there. The 51 also came down pit road. Nick Smith to his outside. Kind of a bold move there. I don't know if that was in the rules, but I'm not going to be a Nazi about it. I'm
Don't
not
be
a,
that guy.
yeah. I'm over here on Discord looking at all the wrong.
What?
I was looking at all the wrong stuff. Alright, let me pull the stream back up. Alright, so what happens here, right? Ross Phillips has not pitted yet. Larry Dickerson in the 34 also... Oh, let me try that again. In the 25 also has not pitted. 34 lap old tires. So he can go several more laps if he wants it. See, Garrett Hemlinger already unlapped himself once. That should give him the ability to unlap himself for the second time once Ross comes down pit road. Fastest on track right now is Garrett Hemlinger. He just ran a 30. 1-4. Sean Langton, or Ross Phillips, my bad, running 31.524. So I'm only about 4/10 faster. It's not going to be enough, like I said, to really put a danger into Ross Phillips' plans of going to victory lane.
25 coming down pit road.
So the 25 finally comes down. He needed that. He was sitting in second, about to get lapped. He'll take tires. So this might force the hand of Ross to be like, you know what? I'm now the only one out here on on old tires. Let's come down here and take some fresh ones. Let's get even with all these guys, because I can't make it to the end. He's going to be several laps short. He ain't coming. He's going to keep rolling. He's rolling. Just kidding. A really, really late entry on the pit road. Sean Langton drove by just now. He's in second. He has a long way to go around this track. Let's go to the 7. Backstretch. Let's go to the 1. Pit road. Still sitting there. 7. Middle of 3 and 4. Ross. Exiting now. So let's see this thing. You see that car as we go on board with Sean Langton. Right in front of him is Ross Phillips. So Ross Phillips staying out longer. Was still faster. Does keep the lead with 46 laps to go from Texas Motor Speedway. Sean Langton misses the bottom. He's drifting up toward the wall. That's going to lose some more time there. He got it down to about 3 seconds. He's going to be about 3.5. See the 94 sitting in 5th. Nicholas Garrett Hemlinger in the 77. He is sitting in 4th. And Morgan Cook
Those two back markers.
in 3rd. What'd you say?
Did Ross just split those two back markers?
Ooh. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a pass, I guess. You see, the 40 showed his displeasure there. Kind of dipped back down a little bit. Be like, what are you doing, man? But he's the leader. Let him do what he wants. 67. That's Josh Brown. He ain't going to put much of a fight here. He'll go underneath. And Ross Phillips will continue to set sail out front. Sean Langton 4.6 seconds back. Fastest on track, Larry Dickerson in the 25, sitting in 7th. The guys he needed to have a better night than, they're all in front of him. I think he'll gain a couple spots, maybe on like Thad Miller. That's about it. There's Turkle, sitting in that 6th spot. He's looking to set his sights on the 94. Right in front of him with 43 laps to go. An hour into our stream. With the rate we're going, about another 22 minutes. Minimum in this race. Trying to look around, see if there's anybody kind of close to dueling it out. We can go back here and we'll check out Thad Miller in the 58. He's falling around the 25. See, the 16 was way up there. He may have gotten on the wall. Let's click on him and see how his race is going right now. He seems pretty high.
Ross is steadily pulling away from Sean.
Yeah, it's kind of a broken record you're sounding like there, Jacob, saying Ross keeps pulling away. 10 seconds, in fact, out in front. Holy crap. Everybody's running in the high 30s. He's still running about a 30.4. So still having the easiest drive by far. And normally, if you're the leader, everybody tends to get out of your way. So it makes it a little bit easier. But Ross is in the thicket of it right now. 16's in front of him. The 58, Thad Miller's in front of him. And Nick Smith, who's had a pretty good night. Sitting at 8th.
Don't let him hear you say that.
Yeah, I don't want him to get too buck wild after I say boost him up a little bit. But he's going to get past her easy by Ross Phillips. So Ross comes to the line. He's going to make it 38 laps to go. There's also Morgan Cook still sitting in 3rd. About a second and a half behind him is his teammate, Garrett Helmlinger. Larry Dickerson. Getting a little bit of pressure here from Joe Turkle. Maybe Joe Turkle has something to say to Larry Dickerson, who is needing all these positions. taking another position over Joe Turkel is everything Larry needs. With Ross Phillips winning, every point might matter. Because Ross Phillips and Sean Langton, if the results were to stand, would be locked in to the championship race, leaving only 2 more spots with 1 race to go. It's going to come down to who points out the most or who can be the surprise winner. But with 34 laps to go, we are actually going to step away. Man's got to get a drink and get ready to call the last part of this race. We are watching the Southeast Tutoring 190 live from Texas Motor Speedway on Vectors Television. And I was going to wait about another 2 laps, but guess what? Caution is out. And that's going to put a wrinkle in this sucker. Do not ask me how it came out, because I don't see anybody stopped.
In theory. I gotta go back. Nope, that theory's not right. So I'm just confused as well.
Found it. So Joe Turkle in the 15 goes to the bottom, clips the apron, and around she went. And he just pitted. Ooh, hard recorrection there. Slams the outside wall, comes back down, and finishes by the inside retaining wall. And he comes back around to pit road, and he gets it done. So guess what? Ross Phillips, if I can get on him, he's going to come down pit road because he's the leader. 94, a lap down. So everybody's a lap down. Maybe. This thing's pretty wigged out, so we're going to have to wait and see what these guys do. This is going to put a wrinkle in this race. Caution number 2 with 23 laps to go. Take everything we've seen in this race so far, ball it up,
Throw it away.
roll the window down, going about 180, and just throw it out. Because we have no idea what's going to happen now. With the way the caution came out and how who's all a lap down, who's not a lap down, I don't know who the leader is. So we're going to see. We're going to let these guys cycle around. But till then,
Ross and Cressy were the only ones that were on the lead lap, weren't they?
yeah, and maybe Nick Smith. Because like what I have right now is Ross Phillips, Nick Pressey, and Nick Smith are the only ones on the lead lap, and they're 1, 2, 3 in line.
Oh, I have those plus Garrett now. Just updated for me.
Yeah, I gotta. It's being kind of buggy. They'll come to the line and it should filter it all out. There's gonna be more people
the
come
14,
down.
the 77, and the 58, and the 48 are all coming down to the pits. At least those are the ones I see.
49 comes back to pit road.
Can they make it to the end from here?
Yeah, they're good now. If everybody pitted just now, they're good.
While we're in the commercial break, some of these guys that already come in might be coming in now, take 2 and fill her up and let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really worried about the fuel part. They don't have to fill it up. They can if they want in case there's some OTs, but they can get about. I mean, we've seen 37 laps with 22 to go. They don't really need to take fuel. A lot of them are about 6 laps old. The oldest one I'm seeing is 10 laps. That's Sean Langton. He short pitted, and that was going to be one of the things we were talking about before we came back. Sean Langton short pitting, is that going to put a damper on what Ross does? Does Ross try to play the opposite game and try to make it go as long as possible? But that's not needed anymore because now Ross Phillips has lost that position to Nick Pressey. Nick Pressey, though, 31 laps run. He has to come in and pit. That's going to put Nick Smith in the 49, the first car behind, or he'll be to the outside of Ross Phillips. So Nick Smith is going to be able to say something about this. He played the strategy well with the timing of that caution. It worked out really well for him.
We really can't let him watch this broadcast after the race.
No, we can't. There's too much boosting and boasting and.
He's done well, and I don't like it. Lights are out on the pace truck, aren't they?
Yeah, we got 1 to go. I'm kind of confused. I see the 48's up in this mess.
Yeah, I'm confused.
He's
about
3 laps back.
standings. I don't know.
Well, pace truck is in. That's going to give us this bird's eye view of Nicholas Pressey gets going. Ross Phillips behind him. Nicholas Pressey does have to pit, though. 33 laps. Should have just pitted there, unless he's hoping there's another caution.
I was just about to say, I bet you he's banking on cautions, breaking cautions. But you can't always guarantee that.
No, you can't. As we see back there in the back, a big mess of trucks trying to figure out what they want to do.
Oh,
And they're going around.
line. Oh, big one.
I saw that happening.
Yeah.
So our third caution of the night. You're right. Cautions breed cautions. That's just adding more extended time to this race. Let's go back here. You kind of saw it a little bit. He may have had help. But the 49, Nick Smith, is at the bottom here. He goes into 3 and 4. And he's already loose. So no help.
And the 96 taps in. 96 taps in.
Well, I think the 96 misses him and goes up the track and collects everybody else. I think the 49 would have been fine. Probably would have saved it. In fact, I'll give him a nice save. It wasn't really his fault. I mean, it is. Because he got loose and caused the chaos, but everybody else just kind of panned out, tried to find some clean space to not be involved, and end up being involved in something else. It's like 2 incidents in one right there. One truck gets loose, and everybody else makes contact trying to avoid.
Yep.
So the 94 and the 7 came down pit road here. Ross Phillips stays out, which we figured he would. He's already pitted.
Yeah, that was just an unfortunate one right there.
Yeah, it's just everybody's bottled neck back in there on an incident like that. So 94 comes rolling back around. Garrett Helmlinger. He's also rolling back around. So Ross Phillips in the 1 is sitting in P1.
So Garrett got the lucky dog on that one.
Yep, so he's back in 6th place. The 94 pitted. He'll roll back around into that 3rd spot. Nick Smith, even though he got involved in an incident, sitting in 2nd still. Confuses me. But everybody with the strategy it was, no one got the wave around, and because the 94 stayed out, well, it just cycled so fast. So yeah, I have Ross Phillips, Nick Smith, Morgan Cook, Sean Langton, Nicholas Pressey, and Garrett Helmlinger. The only guys on the lead lap. That's your top 6. And then in 7th, you have Josh Brown, David Aikenbauer, Thad Miller, Josh McKinney, Justin Cadenhead, and Randy Schweitzer are 2 and 3 laps down. Joe Turkle and Kyle Stewart, they are now 4 laps down. And Mark Math is 12 laps down.
I'm pretty sure he retired.
I think he and Travis Wellman both stepped away for the night.
Andy and Logan as well.
Yeah. So 17 laps to go. I think it's about anybody's race. Ross Phillips, 7 laps, old tires. Nick Smith, 6. Morgan Cook, 10. Then you have Sean Langton and Nick Pressey. Both have the freshest tires on track. We should get the 1 to go here. We do not. We are still pacing.
I need you to get it together, man.
Well, I thought maybe we would get it. We did not. Pacing is so boring.
Agreed.
So we got one lap to go. I'm going to throw this image back on the screen for y'all to see your playoff picture, of course. This is week 2 of the playoffs. We're at Texas Motor Speedway for that 127 laps. Garrett Hemlinger, Sean Langton, who's locked in. Ross Phillips trying to lock himself in tonight. You got Morgan Cook, Larry Dickerson, Thad Miller, Brian Hennings, who is not here. I'm noticing that. He is not here. So, that'll move Larry Dickerson up that one last spot. And Joe Turkle. That's your playoff drivers. And again, like I was saying earlier, we have the playoff standing. So Sean Langton with the win, and he is currently in. Garrett Hemlinger's at 5 points above. Morgan Cook 4 points above. Ross Phillips +2. And then you have Thad 2 back. Brian Hennings will eliminate himself by not racing tonight. Joe Turkle will be 4 laps back. 4 points back. And Larry Dickerson is 9 back, but he has made a dent in that move tonight. So, what happens? In the last 14 laps at Texas Motor Speedway, we shall see right here as Ross Phillips sees the green flag go back in the air. We are back.
And just launches.
He absolutely sent it. Good launch. Grabs that first gear and goes. Could have been a slow start by the 49, but Morgan Cook, I don't care right now. Let's go back up front. There we go. Morgan Cook is trying his absolute best. Sean Langton found his way back up here to compete for another win, sitting in third. He's going to take third away from Nicholas. Does Morgan Cook have anything in his bag of tricks to get back up there and to maybe try to move the one out of the way or to race him for the win? He's getting pretty close. I bet Morgan right now is full throttle. He ain't letting up. It's definitely a full throttle around 3 and 4. The 94 is all over the back bumper. I said that weird. All over the back bumper of Sean Langton.
I wasn't going to call you out on that this time.
Morgan Cook trying. Sean Langton makes a bold move. He's going to undercut him. That's going to force Morgan Cook up high. He's going to stay in this gas. I know he is. Look at this mass. Going for the win. Morgan Cook's been pushed up 3 wide. Will be. He's out by the wall. He's going to lose some spots here. He's going to do his best to try to get an interview tonight. He wants to finish at least in third. But these guys are single file to his inside, pushing them around. 11 laps remaining. Morgan Cook is being a... Look at this move. Around the outside. Why not? Send it. Morgan Cook with a bold move. Holds it wide open in 1 and 2 and finds himself out front of the Southeast Tutoring 190 in the Southeast Tutoring Toyota Tundra. What a move. And Ross Phillips is actually losing some spots here. He's going to lose it to Nick in the 94, who's now in second in the Ford. And Ross Phillips is losing even more time back there. Morgan Cook, 17-lap-old tires, makes some really nice moves.
I've been watching Thad Miller come back through the back of the field. He went from, I want to say 12th up to 9th, and now he's chasing down 8th after getting caught in that last caution.
Yeah, big moves there by Thad Miller, who needs it. Gosh dang it. The porn bots are back.
In the chat.
Oh, shit. Let me slide that off of that screen. Alright, we are in shambles.
What'd you do to get the
We
box?
are in shambles.
Well, we stay in shambles over here, so.
Thank you for removing the bots. You know what? You're welcome. Alright. 8 laps to go. Coming to 7. Morgan Cook sticks his lefts in the grass. He's getting every inch he can toward the bottom to protect it. As Nicholas Pressy's making a bold move. He saw what Morgan Cook did to make a pass on the outside. I wonder if he's going to try to do something really bold. And try to mimic what he saw. Ross Phillips has dropped like a rock. He is now in 5th.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Wow.
Morgan Cook is definitely enjoying the fact that the cars are behind him and he has nothing but clean track in front of him. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody's in front of him. Nothing but clean air. Only pressure is the one directly behind him.
Did you just call him Pressure?
I called Nicholas Pressy pressure.
Yes, that's what I was referring to.
Yeah, I wasn't
Okay,
really
just wanted
trying
to make
to
sure
be,
we were on the same page.
wasn't trying to be a pun. 5 laps to go from Texas Motor Speedway. Who captures the checkered flag first? You see Morgan Cook is starting to venture his way off the bottom a little bit more at a time. He keeps trying to find his way to the bottom. It's all about being perfect in 1 and 2. Wide open in 3 and 4. Nicholas Pressy's to his outside. It's not the best place to pass unless he holds it wide open around the outside. We saw Morgan Cook do it. He can't mimic the move.
You know who is loving watching the two of them fight right now?
No.
Sean Langton back in 3rd.
Yeah, if he sees these two guys get side by side, his eyes are going to be about as big as boulders. Look at him. Absolutely dueling it. 3 laps to go. Gotta love it. He makes a big move to the bottom. Morgan Cook goes to block it, and he does. But he ventures way off the bottom. He needs to get down to the bottom and block this move. He does. Bold, but predictable. Morgan Cook is doing everything in his power. 24-lap-old tires. Keep hugging the bottom. Do your thing. 2 laps to go. If Morgan can figure out 1 and 2 a little bit more, he keeps sliding off the bottom, which just opens the door for Nicholas Pressy a little bit at a time. Go back down, block it. You need to go down and block. Go down and block. Doing a good move. He tried. Whoa, I thought they were going to get sent in the corner. This is good hard racing. As they see the exit of 4, white flag is in the air. 1 more lap around Texas Motor Speedway. Morgan Cook, Nicholas Pressy. Who is the boldest one? Nicholas diving it hard. He slides up a little bit. If there is going to be one, he might try it here and dive it extremely hard down to the bottom. Morgan Cook's going to go to block it. He does. Nicholas Pressey is wide open. He's trying. He can't get there. See what happens here. Does he dump him? He doesn't. And Morgan Cook's going to win. Hey, looky there. The Southeast Tutoring Racing Toyota Tundra. Morgan Cook wins the Southeast Tutoring 190 in the Southeast Tutoring Truck Series. Poetic justice. Put it in a song. Like what I did there?
I'm gonna have to boo that one.
No, I tried. We're gonna
Some would say.
let Morgan burn this son of a gun down because he deserves it. Kudos to this guy, man. Kudos to that guy. Quick burnout. He says, I'm out of here. Whoa. I heard some wrecking on pit road.
So did I. That's what I was trying to find.
I didn't really see anything there, but I guess what? We're going to throw an image up on here. We are going to bring up my old Discord button. We're going to bring Discord over to this monitor. That was a bad idea.
You're struggling over there.
You know what? You get what you get with me, all right? That's all I got to say. All I got to say is you get what you get with me, all right? But guess what? We're going to go ahead and get with our race winner because, like I said, the poetic justice of what it is, the Southeast Tutoring truck wins the Southeast Tutoring race in the Southeast Tutoring Truck Series. Morgan Cook, you got a copy, buddy.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't think you were gonna be able to do it. You were way older on the tires there, but you made a really bold move around the outside. No one's made a move like that all night long, and you sent it, and you made the pass, and then you held off the battle with Nicholas. Man, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. That was crazy. I have never driven that hard in my life. Nicholas gave me a great battle, very clean. Got into me a little bit last lap, turn one, but we all kept it straight. Didn't hit me very hard, and brought it back home in one piece.
Yeah, man. So what did you do in order to? Did you just stay out there and everything work? Because I was trying to keep up with the cycling on this thing, but once those cautions happen and everyone's laps down, it gets a little confusing.
Right. So what happened is I didn't take tires the first run like I've done all year. For exactly this reason, if there's a late race caution, I'd have a chance. And so I fell behind. I was back to fifth or so, but during that long run, I kind of caught back up. And then I had just pitted for fresh tires when the caution came out. Like I crossed off of pit road and the flag flew. So I had brand new tires and didn't have to pit again. So I kind of just cycled my way up to the front. I was wave around with Sean. Then they had that quick caution that took forever for pacing. And then I lined up third. And obviously the two in front of me had older tires. I got around Nick pretty quickly, was chasing down Ross, and almost had him on the front stretch, but I clipped the grass and lifted, and that brought everybody to me. If I wouldn't have lifted there, it probably wouldn't have been much of a battle. But I'm glad it worked out the way it did, nonetheless.
Yeah, man, a really bold move on the outside. It was really fun to see. I think I jumped out of my chair, started screaming a little bit. But
Yeah, I drove the wheels off of it. That's for sure. That's for
it's a
sure.
great feeling when you drive like that and you have a result, even if it's a top 3, to
Right.
drive the wheels off of something, off of whatever racing machine you're in.
Right.
It's just so worth it.
Yeah, big agreement there. Did you guys see during that long run? I think most of us didn't take tires. How loose it was in 3 and 4. Did you
Yeah,
go
most
on board and see us turning back to the right? Holy cow!
yeah. There was a lot of people, and like we went on board with Nick Smith actually, and
Right.
he was like, you could see he was even having a baby in 3 and 4, and 3 and 4 is normally a full throttle. You're not letting go until
Right.
you're out of gas, basically.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it was unreal.
Yeah, man. Well, congratulations. Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I gotta thank Southeast Tutoring, obviously, for sponsoring the league, as well as the truck, as well as the race, like you mentioned. A little poetic justice there. Gotta thank the teammates. Ross helped me get really fast here. So did Garrett. Also gotta thank Garrett for hosting all these sessions. Everybody for coming out and racing this. We had a pretty dedicated group of guys here who run on a weekly basis, and it's nice to see. Everyone watching at home right now, listen to me blabber on. And Adam and Jacob in the booth up there, thank you for calling this race. This was a fun one.
Yeah, man. Well, guess what? You're racing for a championship. How's that feel?
I am, and I'm quite excited about it. Hopefully I can continue this 1.5 mile magic.
Yeah. Hey, that's how you ended on the season. So nothing better. So you might as well just not even worry about Martinsville that much. Just start practicing Vegas.
Already have been.
All right, man. Congratulations. Go enjoy the rest of your night.
Thanks. Talk to you guys later.
I'm you want me to send you this? You want the next one?
No, you got it. I'm
Yeah.
trying to learn right now.
You're trying to learn. You're trying to learn. All right. That's good then. That's good. Hey, Nick Prezi, you got us up in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, I got a copy. How you doing today, Adam?
Well, just absolutely living the dream, man. Living the dream. Watching y'all duel it out yet again on another Monday night. Mondays suck, you know that, but guess what? I end the night on a high with y'all putting on some damn good races. And you and Morgan at the end. Holy crap, man. What a battle.
Impressive.
Yeah, it's quite a turn from last week where I tried turning on training paints and my internet crashed before I could even start the race. Um, so to go from that to finishing second here at Texas, it's definitely it makes me really happy. Um, I was really banking on a strategy that played out perfectly, almost perfectly. Um, that allowed me to basically get my tires the latest out of everyone on the lead lap at the end. It wasn't enough for Morgan, but I do think it was very fun to run with him.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying not to choke. Yeah, but Morgan's a great guy, and he made a bold move, got around y'all, but his strategy was absolutely perfect. Yours was great, but his was perfect, and so he had those fresh tires there at the end. So he was able to get out in front of y'all with a really bold move around the outside while y'all are dueling it down with a little bit older tires on the inside. And then you got really close. What else do you think you needed to do there at the end to possibly get by him?
Honestly, if the caution had come out just maybe a little bit later, uh, Morgan would have pitted. So, because I'm almost confident he would have run out of fuel before I did. So I was kind of banking originally on Morgan pitting around lap 105, 106, 107, 108. And the caution came out a little bit earlier than I thought. Um, than I thought that I would have liked. But as far as what I could have done better, I guess be luckier. I truly gave it my all, and it was a couple hundred short.
Yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles, unfortunately, sometimes. So, but hey, man, congratulations. Anybody you want to thank?
During the caution when I figured out, oh crud, I have the freshest tires on the track. I sent the link to the stream under caution. You guys do really good work, by the way. So I'd like to thank you guys for that.
Appreciate
In
it.
addition, my friends, who all my friends and family who all watch these races. It's always a delight to show them how fun this is. Thank STs and Fan Fuel for putting their names on the car this year. Teammates at MPM, Bryce, Brian, and Riley, as we head to our 5th anniversary on the 12th. And I'd like to thank the NSR group for helping me get better at racing stock cars, because they really don't they don't take it easy on you, and I think what I learned from there definitely helped here.
Yeah, man. Well, congratulations. Go enjoy it. Another good result for you this season. So go enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep immediately after this race. I've been ill for the last 2 days, and let me tell you, man, I could barely see straight around lap 100.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I've been there before. All right.
Anyway, thanks, guys.
Yep, absolutely. And you have a great night. And then we'll pull up that 3rd place guy. Remember, he's already locked in, so now we got our 2 guys locked in on the season. So we're going to bring up Sean Langton. He's in that number 7, Monster Energy. You see him every week, but he's going to finish 3rd tonight. Not the result he wanted, but with the win last week and another good result tonight, he's just showing these guys, continuing to show these guys that he is here for one thing and one thing only, and that's a championship. And Sean Langton, you got a copy, my man.
Hey guys, gotcha.
Oh man, you didn't win. I know that's, I'm used to saying you're winning or have a chance at winning, but it looks like the strategy just cost you a little bit there compared to like Ross and Morgan. What did you do that you think was a little bit different that kind of cost you there in the long run?
Yeah, I probably should have came in on that first caution and topped off. That would have given me a little more room to play with and come in and get fresh tires for the second stint, have a little better tires. And I was going to not pit, or I was going to not take tires on the second pit stop and then save them for my last. But that caution kind of messed things up. But you know what? It was still fun. It was fun driving the car on an old set of tires. It was getting really loose in 3 and 4. Congratulations to Morgan on his win. Lock him in for the race in Vegas.
Yeah, at least you're racing at least one other person. It's Morgan. The both of y'all have shown really impressive driving talents around the 1.5 miles there. Does that freak you out a little bit, knowing that Morgan Cook just locked himself in to race you at Las Vegas?
No. I'd rather race with the fastest guys. You get the best racing with that way, and if anything, you could follow his line if he's a little better than you.
Yeah, and I guess that means that you two can basically just go run your own practice sessions around Las Vegas. You don't even care about Martinsville that much.
We still want to go out and put on a show.
Absolutely. Well, hey, man. Well, congratulations. Yet again, another podium. I feel like I talk to you every week. We should just be best friends at this point with how much we talk. But you have anybody you want to thank?
Just thanks these guys for coming out each week. It's been a fun battle. I'm looking forward to these last few races. It should be exciting. Just want to say hi to my parents. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right, man. Congratulations. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see you next Monday.
Stand for it.
And that was everybody, Jacob. Really good race overall. What was that?
A hell of a first race.
It was, for your first race. That was a pretty damn good one. You got any final thoughts on what you saw tonight?
It was a lot cleaner than I expected it to be. Our buddies, talking about mainly Nick and Justin, they raced a whole lot cleaner than I expected either one of them to. Kind of proud of them, but I won't tell them.
Yeah, well, they're going to be able to watch this. So they're going to hear it anyway.
Yeah, but they actually don't watch it.
Yeah, probably not. But that's going to wrap it up from Texas Motor Speedway. We saw Morgan Cook with the Poetic Justice. Really representative. What was I trying to say there? Really represent Southeast Tutoring and take them to victory lane, where he gets a brand new cowboy hat. He got to shoot the 6 shooters, and he gets a nice trophy with his name etched on it. And he gets to race for a championship in Vegas, where he gets to go gambling with Sean Langton. And that's the only two we know right now. Gary will give us some points. You can click on that link and go look at them. It should give you a pretty live update on exactly where everybody stands. But until then, we will see you at Martinsville next week, week 3. 150 laps around the paperclip. They should go quick, but things are going to get heated. 2 spots remain for 6 remaining drivers. Can any of the regular drivers also play spoiler? We don't know. But tune in next Monday to find out. Remember, Thursday we're doing the IndyCar race. It'll be me, Garrett, and Morgan Cook up in the booth, I do believe. So come join us for that. It should be a fun one. Changes up a little bit. You won't have to hear my annoying voice. Thank you to Jacob for jumping in the booth, throwing in some extra commentary, spotting for me, making my life easier. But until next week, thank you so much for tuning in to the Vector Sim Racing League live on Vectors Television. Until next week, thank you so much. And good night.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.